Pastor Robert Singh from Dimapur, Nagaland, India, reading from the book of Acts, chapter 3, 1 through 11. Now Peter and John went up together into the temple at the hour of prayer, being the 9th hour. And a certain man, lame from his mother's womb, was carried, whom they laid daily at the gate of temple, which is called Beautiful, to ask alms of them that entered into the temple. Who, seeing Peter and John about to go on to the temple, asked an alms. And Peter, fastening his eyes upon him with John, said, Look on us. And he gave heed unto them, expecting to receive something of them. Then Peter said, Silver and gold have I none, but such as I have give I thee. In the name of Jesus Christ of Nazareth, rise up and walk. And he took him by the right hand and lifted him up, and immediately his feet and ankle bones received strength. And he, leaping up, stood and walked, and entered with them into the temple, walking and leaping and praising God. And all the people saw him walking and praising God, and they knew that it was he which sat for alms at the Beautiful gate of the temple, and they were filled with wonder and amazement at that which had happened unto him. And as the lame man which was healed held Peter and John, all the people ran together unto them in the porch that is called Solomon's, greatly wondering.
Hello, this is Bob Hatton from Germany. It's good that you tuned in again. I'm so excited about what God's going to say to us today and what God's doing at this time. We just heard in the reading one of my favorite stories in the book of the Acts. John and Peter, they're on the way to the temple. And it seems to me that they're doing this every day. This is not the first time they've done this. They're going in the afternoon at 3 o'clock. It was time of prayer. And they're going to the Beautiful gate. And they want to go through the Beautiful gate so that they can get into Solomon's Hall, where the other believers are meeting. And they're going to have a meeting as they did every day, as we saw in previous readings. Now they come on this special day, this certain day, and at the same time that they get to the Beautiful gate, a paralyzed man, a person who has never walked in his life. He's been paralyzed since birth, and he's carried by friends and placed in front or near to the Beautiful gate. And his idea is that he's going to beg money from the people who are going in. Now, I guess he was also there every day, and Peter and John, they walked past him. They saw him, but they didn't take notice of him. And the other thing that I think as well, that Jesus probably had seen this person, but he also walked past him. But today, in our story, in the reading, today is his day. Today, Peter takes notice of him, and they have eye contact. Peter looks at him, the guy looks at Peter, and Peter says to him, look at us. And the guy, he's very pleased to do that because he's expecting them to give him some money. But then Peter says, silver and gold I do not have, but what I have I give to you. In the name of Jesus Christ of Nazareth, stand and walk. And he gets hold of him and he lifts him, and strength comes into his legs, and this guy jumps up and he starts to walk and so on. That's one of my favorite stories. As I said, when our children were small, we used to sing a song about this and we had great fun. They used to love that story. as well. Now, I could go on and I could talk to you about how we can stretch out so that God gives us a supernatural ministry, believing that God heals people today. And during my ministry, these many years, I have experienced in certain times that God has healed people. We've seen some miracles, not very many, but we've seen some where people have been supernaturally healed, and that would be a good theme to speak about. But as I was preparing this talk, I felt something else was important today, because silver and gold I do not have, but what do I have? What I can give to other people? What do you have? What you can give to other people? Now, maybe you are a miracle worker. Well, God bless you, and I hope that many people are touched by your ministry. But I looked into my own life, and I thought, well, God has given me spiritual gifts. He's given me things that I've not learned. He's given me things that they're just gifts. They came from God. They're in my life. It's the way I am. It's what happens when I do things. And this is a gift of God. And I've got these things, and I can give them to other people. I can use them for other people. Now, besides that, I've also got a certain passion in my life. And when I do certain things, I do it with a great passion, because I get very excited about this. Now, part of my ministry is working with people who are very poor, suffering, very needy people. Just right at the moment in this corona crisis, I've just counted yesterday, we are feeding about 20,000 people in India during the shutdown, because everything is closed. The people are not earning any money, they can't buy any food, and they've nothing to eat. And this is part of the passion that I have to help these people, but also in other things. I have a passion to see churches planted and grown, a passion to help church leaders, maybe especially those going through difficulties. But that's a passion, and that's something that motivates me and drives me on. Now, besides that, I also have abilities. Abilities differ a little bit from gifts, because the ability is something that I have learned, something that maybe have been difficult for me to learn. But the things that I did learn, and I had to train myself, exercise, do them. But now I've got certain abilities that I can do, that I can use to give to other people. And the next thing is, of course, my personality. God has made me as I am. I know there's there are a lot of shortcomings that I have in my personality. I am very limited in some ways, but on the other ways, God has given me stuff that is an advantage. The way I do things, the way I see things, my personality is also something that God has given me, and I can use the way that God has made me also to give to other people and help other people. And the last thing in this inventory that I've looked at my own life, and I challenge you to look at your life. What are the spiritual gifts that God has given you? What is the passion in your life? What are the abilities that you have? What is your personality? How do you do things? And the last thing is then my experience, or the experiences that I've had. And of course, in the past decades, there's many experiences, many good experiences that I've had, but a few bad experiences. A few times, where I've been hurt and injured, and now then I've got to decide, how am I going to deal with these things? How am I going to deal with these experiences that I've had? I could be very bitter, and some people are nasty, and we have had encounters with nasty people who have they've been devastating. Now, what can I do? I can fill my life with resentment. I can just keep unforgiveness in my heart, or I can choose to forgive these people. Now, if I don't forgive, if I resent these things that have happened, what happens to me is that I become bitter. And the Bible tells us that if we are bitter, then we start to affect other people. Bitterness is contagious. It affects other people. And the reason we are bitter is because we lack the grace of God. And that's a paradox. That's a joke. How can you lack the grace of God? Grace is like a big ocean, and you can't lack it. You can access the grace of God, and it changes your life. And we can forgive, we can get forgiveness, we can have restoration. And then this bad experience becomes a very good asset that we can use to bless other people. So I've got to admit, silver and gold, I don't have, not very much anyway. I don't have very much that I can give away as far as silver and gold is concerned. But whatever I have, I can give to you. And in the name of Jesus, receive it. And so this morning, my challenge to you is to look at your life and to ask yourself, okay, maybe I don't have very much silver and gold to give to other people, but what do I have that I can give in the name of Jesus to other people, that other people are helped by this? God bless you. I hope you have a great day, and see you tomorrow. Bob Hatton from Germany.